Hey YouTube, Bear Prepper here. Okay, we're going to finish up the sauerkraut. As you can see, it's been processed. I skimmed it off, took out the plate and the jars. I think this is as sour as I want mine to get. It's been, I think, 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks. So there's two ways to do this now. You can do a hot pack or a raw pack. I'm going to go ahead and do the raw pack. You process it a little longer with the raw pack, but my sauerkraut is still pretty crispy, so I think it can handle it. For quarts, I'm going to do 25 minutes and pints 20 minutes. And if I was doing the hot pack method, I just heat up the brine and the sauerkraut over medium heat. I don't boil it, and I pack it in hot jars for 10 minutes for pints or 15 minutes for quarts. But I'm going to do the easy way. I'm just going to pack it into jars and then process it. Boiling water bath. This is not a pressure cooker. I am going to use my pressure cooker for my boiling water bath, but I'm not going to be putting the lid tight on it. So let me go ahead and get these jars going, and I'll come back to you in a little bit. Okay, it looks like it made less than I thought it would, which surprises me. It was 7 heads of cabbage, and I'll show you how much I got after it's done processing. So all I've done is I put the cabbage in the jars and pushed it down, and now I'm going to put the liquid brine in it. And I want to fill it to within 1/2 inch of the rim, but I want to take something non-metallic and push it down the sides to get the air bubbles out. There we go. And then I'll wipe the rim and put a lid on it. Let me get those done and I'll be back. Okay, I just wanted to reiterate how important it is when you're water bath canning to make sure your lids are hot but not boiling. You really need to soften them because the temperatures don't get as high, and you need to make sure you have very sterile jars when you put your product in it, because of the fact you're doing a water bath, not a pressure can. It's really important on a water bath. That's one of the reasons why pressure canning is so much easier, because, you know, you can make stupid mistakes and it'll still be okay. But with a water bath canner, you've got to be meticulous on it. So I'm going to screw all these lids on, and then we'll start our water bath canner. Okay, my water is boiling. Let me back you up. There we go. So I've turned it off so that I don't get burned. And I'm going to start putting them in. And try to set them down gently so they don't tip without burning your hands. Now, you could not put so much water in them and then keep water boiling on another burner, but they're pretty heavy, so you can usually drop them pretty easy without getting your hands too far in. And the little pint ones with the smaller, not the wide mouth, they're a little taller. So I would put those in the bottom first. So I'm just filling them up until I can't put no more. Okay, once you've got the first row in, put your little divider in and start putting in the second row. You can do pints in this big one, 2 rows, and still get the water 2 inches above. Water hot. Okay, so I have 2 rows, and what I'm going to do is bring it back to a boil and boil it for 20 minutes. Okay, they're ready to come out. tilt them slightly as I'm pulling them out just to get some of the water off the top. They look pretty. And you can let these go in your crock until you get the flavor you want. I did mine for 3 weeks. I like it because I don't like sauerkraut. So it's not quite so bitter. And if you use a fork to pull that layer out, and be careful when you're reaching down for the second row. Your water should be low enough that you don't burn yourself, but be careful. Realize that the water is really high if you're using a double stacker like I am, because nothing's worse than a boiling water burn. Well, I'm sure there's something worse, but... And then I'll go ahead and process the next batch. I think I have 33 jars, and I was able to get 16, I think, in one batch. So I should be able to finish it up with one more batch. Okay, they're all done. 33 jars of sauerkraut. They look so yummy. And every single one of them, except that one, is sealed. Yum yum. I just pulled that one out, so it'll probably seal in a minute. And they look wonderful. I can't wait to try it. Blessings.